Welcome to this live session. Here, I'm going to be teaching you how you can start your exportation business and earn 5 to 6 figure exporting by yourself. By yourself, even if you've never ever exported before in your life. You'll be exporting by yourself, even though you don't have any family, friends abroad, you've never traveled, you can still do this business. Yours truly started exporting without knowing anybody abroad, without having family friends abroad, but my products have been to Asian countries, African countries, Europe, America, to mention but a few. I started as a 9 to 5 um person, and I did the business for a couple of years before I ventured fully, left my 9 to 5 and focused on my export business. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying it because it doesn't matter the level where you are right now. You can do this business without knowing anybody. You can start by yourself without leveraging on anyone. I did it. You can do it. So once again, you are welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I know you want to know who is speaking. My name is Kamalu Joy Ngozi, and I'm the founder Chimad Concepts and Logistics Limited. So basically, we are into processing, packaging of food stuff abroad. We export, and we're also a logistic company that ships via air and sea to different countries. So if you're here and you have items you want to ship via air or sea to different country, our logistics company can actually help you ship. We have our physical address here in Ikeja, Lagos, and it doesn't matter your location, wherever you are, we can actually ship your product to your customers. Okay. Um who am I? What do we do? What's Chimad Concept and Logistics all about? I'm an exporter and I'm into food processing and packaging for the international market. I said that before. And I currently own a Facebook group with over 43,000 members. As at the time of this video, there are over 33,000 members, and the name of the Facebook group is Nigeria Agro Foodstuff Market. The essence of the platform is to connect buyers of foodstuff of agro commodities like cashew nuts, sesame seed, cocoa, coffee bean, shea butter, to mention but a few, and even the basic food stuff like catfish, snails, gari, beans, to connect to sellers, buyers connecting to sellers. So I had a dream. I wanted a marketplace where wholesalers, farmers can connect to retailers, and there's a seamless transaction. That's the essence of the platform. So it's a Facebook community and it's doing amazingly well. I trade majorly soybean, maize, sesame seed, ginger, palm kernel nut, cashew nut, rice, packaged products to African shops. And of course, I sell to individuals, I sell to processing companies and factories, I sell to warehouses. Okay, so my major niche is processed and packaged products. But of course, I still do the raw commodity like ginger and palm kernel nuts every other month. Okay, I've been privileged to train over 2,000 persons who are doing amazingly well, with so much testimonials, who are doing well in this business. I am so passionate about teaching people this business and how to make money from it. Trust me, it gives me joy. Nothing gives me joy when I hear my mentees call me, Madam Joy, Madam Chimat, I just got my first contract. Madam Joy, this is my first order, or I am doing well, I made so figure from this business. It gives me so much joy, so much fulfillment. And I hope and I'm sincerely praying that this year this training will bring about the breakthrough you've been looking for, the breakthrough you've been yearning for. I can't wait to see you start exporting. It gives me this sense of satisfaction, right? So by the end of this webinar, I want to assure you that you're going to learn how you can use your phone with access to internet to export. Okay, the buyers you are looking for, they are not here, they are out there. You want to make money from dollars, sending you want to make money in dollar, rather selling to people abroad. You want to make money in pounds, in euros, selling our products, whether fashion item, cosmetic, hair product, food stuff, commodities, gemstones, solid minerals. You want to sell it to people abroad. Why? Because of the exchange rates. Okay, it makes sense earning in foreign currency right now with the situation of things in Nigeria. So with access to internet, you can connect to those people, and my training will be teaching you how to go about it. So by the end of this training, my goal is to simplify exportation. I know exportation sound complex. A lot of us have been to several trainings where they tell us stories upon stories. At the end of the day, you cannot practicalize any single thing, right? So my aim is to simplify exports. I don't want to make it complex. I want to simplify so that a layman here can understand, right? So that you can be able, with the simple knowledge, with the way it's broken down, to start your exports individually without the help of anybody. And yes, location is not a barrier. Export is not exclusive for those who are in Lagos. If you're in Abuja, you're in Nasarawa, you're in Kogi, Cross River, anywhere you are, Bayelsa, Kafanchan, Medugri, you can do this business. So the aim is to help you export. The goal of this training is to simplify export so that you can export by yourself without the help of any third party. Okay, anywhere you are, anywhere you are. And you can also do local supply to factories and companies locally. Okay, and I also want to share with you the requirement for exportation. I also want to tell you hot products that are high in demand, that are around you, that you don't even know you can export. Like palm kernel shell, you may consider it a waste product. Like cow horn, you may consider it a waste product. Gallstones, you may think you cannot export them. Aboniki Bam, Coca-Cola, Malta Guinness, Indomie, in short, you can actually start exporting all those. Palm kernel fiber, the one you think you cannot do with that is a waste product, you can export them. Coconut shell unko, you can export them. Snail shell unko, you can export them. Snail slime unko, you can export them. So the idea is to broaden and open your mind to know that there are a lot of things that can be exported, including small roasted granola snacks, chin chin. You can do this, okay? And I would want you to know other ways to make money from export business. You can make money from trucking, from a whole lot, carrying and forwarding, a whole lot. You can be a service exporter um that renders what's it called, services to those who are exporting, and make your money from their commission, or make money without exporting. So a lot of people join my training to export, but trust me, after the training, they just pick a niche and tell you. Some will start their logistic company without even exporting. They start logistics business. A lot of them become carrying and forwarding agents. A lot of them turn to brokers and agents, making commission from export without exporting. So there are a lot of ways you can make export across the export value chain without exporting. And my paid program will teach you all of that, right? Why should you even listen to me? Well, I have about 5 years experience in export of both small scale and large scale. Trust me, I've done both, still doing. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, the ugly. I'm not even going to sugarcoat anything, that it is easy peasy. Okay, but I am here to let you know that I have done it before. I've made mistake. I've made money. I've lost money in the beginning due to ignorance, and I've also made money. And how you can avoid the mistakes as a newbie, the mistakes that I made, so that you don't make the same mistake, so that you can also make money from this business consistently. Share with you my experience so that you can learn from me and even do better, right? I've been exporting foodstuff. I'm currently exporting foodstuff and fashion items to individuals, physical and online stores in US and UK every week. So apart from my exports, remember I said we have a logistic business, okay, company rather, that ships to different countries and can ship for you wherever you are, okay? Reasons it's difficult to start exportation business. Every business has its own pros and cons. There's no business in this earth that does not have its own pros and cons. I will be as realistic as possible. There's nothing to sugarcoat. Okay. One of the challenge that a lot of people face that have been so discouraged. In fact, plenty people don't go do export training, and up till now, they cannot boast of getting buyers. One of the challenges is getting buyers. And that's why in my program, I teach you practical ways to get buyers. I export every single day. I run a logistic company that ship for people abroad, and people ship every blessed day. If there's no market, will people be shipping? No. The problem is you don't know how to get buyers. You don't know how to go about it. In fact, as a matter of fact, you don't need to go about looking for buyers. Buyers are the ones to look for you. Okay. So a lot of people find it difficult to get buyers. Why? Because they don't even know how to get buyers. But in our program, we'll walk you through step by step, show you ways buyers come to us, and we don't go and beg them, send them tons of messages for them. No, we don't have that time, right? A lot of people find it difficult to export because they don't even understand the export market process. They don't know the kind of documents they need. They don't know if the product is contraband. They don't know anything. They don't know how it works. They don't know when to sign contract, how to draft contract. They don't know anything about the phytosanitary, the fumigations, clean certificate of inspection, when and how to process it, how to go about shipping processes. They have total zero knowledge of the export processes, and so they are stuck. That's why I say my training simplifies everything about export so that you don't struggle. Okay. Then they also have difficulty in shipping and documentation. They don't know how to ship, they don't know when to ship, they don't know how to go about the picking up container. They don't know that it's the clearing and forwarding agent that does that. They don't even have to travel most times to do these things. Clearing and forwarding agent can handle the shipping processes depending on where you are, or even if you are doing small scale, you can still export from anywhere you are. Okay. They don't know of the processes, they don't know the document they need. Some don't even know they don't even need documents to do certain exports. Okay. They don't know. And then lack of finance in executing deals. I've seen firsthand where people secure contracts, but then lack of funding makes them not to export. And that's why in our program, we link you up to financial institution that work with us so that you are able to get finance for your exports of large scale exports. When I mean large scale, I mean large scale exports. And even if you are doing small scale, it doesn't matter. Finance has been a challenge. A lot of people don't know how to access these funding opportunities, especially as newbies. And then a lot of people don't know how to fix prices, calculate their profit, fix the price that stays competitive in the international market. This and more we teach in our training so that you can fix prices that are competitive in the international market. You know how to calculate your profit, you know how to convert to dollar and pounds, you know how to use the exchange rate to your favor, to even make money from exchange rates. Sometimes you make the profit self in this business, most time is in the FX, the exchange rate. So we teach you all that about the calculating the exchange rate and all of that, and fixing price in dollar, pounds, and converting it to naira and all of that. The easiest way to withdraw your money, how to get paid in advance for those of us who are doing small scale exports, and all of that. Okay. These are challenges newbies face. So, by God's grace, we'll be simplifying the entire process so that it doesn't look an impossible mission. This is New Year, guys. We must make this money by God's grace. Just have faith that after this training, as me, I started exporting 5 years ago, you can do it by yourself anywhere you are, even if you're outside Nigeria, right? Okay, what is export business? The term export means the sending of goods or services produced in one country to another country. Trust me, I know you understand what export means. The moment you carry these goods of yours, your products, and send to another person abroad, and that person pays you in foreign currency, what you have just done is called exports. I know there are some of us here who send items to family and friends abroad, and they pay you in naira. Brother, sister, that thing you are doing is buying and selling. It's not export. As far as you are not earning in foreign currency, you are not exporting. Export means you sell to another person, even if the person is in Ghana and the person pays you in foreign currency in dollar, you have exported. Okay? So make up your mind. If you are that person that have been selling goods and they are paying in naira, this training is going to change your mindset so that you send goods and you are paid in foreign currency. Okay. um Now we have two types of exports. We have the formal exports and the informal export. Formal export is when you are exporting through sea, and we are exporting in large scale in container, and you have to use your documents, your CAC limited liability. You have to use your export license from the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. You have to get your certificate of origin, okay, from NASIMA, phytosanitary, clean certificate of inspection, and all those documents. I mean, it is, as far as you are using your documents to export through sea, it is called formal export because government is keeping track. You are documenting your exports with the government. It is called formal exports. Okay, people who usually do formal export are those who are doing container load in their documents, with their documents. You can do exports and you are not using your documents, it is informal exports, right? But once you are using your own documents to export, it is called formal exports, right? So those who are doing large scale export, they are doing 2 containers, 3 containers, 5 containers, 1 ton and 1,000 ton, 100 tons. What they do is called informal export. In fact, the moment you use your documents to export, it is called formal export. Now, informal export means you can export through air without having a registered business or any documents at all. So there are some of us who are working on a budget. We don't have documents whatsoever. Do you know you can export without documents? Yes, I pinned it on my page on Instagram. I think it's still there, where I tell you that you can actually export without documents. It's called informal export. So if you are here and you're like, I go fit do this export, how will I start? My brother, my sister, you can start from somewhere. Most of us started from somewhere. I started without basic documents, without any documents. As time goes on, as I was growing, I started getting documents gradually, gradually, gradually. We are still growing. We are not there yet. Yes, we have almost all the documents to sell to different countries, but we are still growing. We keep growing, we keep evolving. So you can actually export without documents, without a registered business, without export license. It is called informal export. You can do informal export by air, you can do informal export by sea. When shipping company use their documents to export for you, it is called what? Informal export. So don't worry, you that you are wondering, I no get document though, how will I start? You can start without documents. And as we go deeper in our training, I'll be sharing how you can do this without any form of documents and how you can receive payments in advance, right? So, what are the basic requirements for exports? You need a phone that has access to internet. So, if you're here and you're listening to me, congratulations, because you have qualified for stage one. That means you can export. Two, you need a domiciliary account or any foreign account. You want to make money in foreign currency. You want to make money in pounds, in dollar, in euro. How are you going to get that dollar? Domiciliary account, of course. Okay. The other method anyways, but emphasis now is on domiciliary account. You need to open a domiciliary account from the bank so that you can be paid in dollar, in pounds, in euro, in foreign currency. That's one of the requirements. Remember, I said if you are selling to people abroad and you're not collecting this dollar or pounds, you are not exporting. So what makes you an exporter is the fact that you are earning in foreign currency. And so you must have a domiciliary account. If you don't have a domiciliary account, you are not ready to export. You are not ready to earn in in foreign currency. Another basic requirement is that you need to understand the main export process, from sourcing, from packaging, processing, shipping, documentation, when to receive your money, when the goods arrive there, who receives, who clears, and the entirety of the export process. You need to understand it. Without it, you will struggle. Without it, you can lose money. You need to understand the entire process. Every business has secrets, strategy. You see people doing well in their businesses and others are struggling. Why? There is a secret, there is a strategy. Okay, so you need to understand it to excel in this business, right? Another thing is determination and desire to make it work. Like I said, every business comes with risk. As far as the profit, the benefit of the business is more, of course, you can do this business. So you have to be determined and desire to make it, and have the desire to make it work, and be very positive about it. If you are positive about this entire process, it can work. Okay, so facts about exportation business for a newbie. You don't need to have a registered business, whether public or private limited liability, to commence this business. So if that's holding you back and it's making you to say, I'm not sure I can do this, I want to reassure you that you can do it. Okay, you don't need much capital investment. Yes, you had me right. So if you want to work on a budget, like you want to start small, and maybe you are the type that, me, I no get money, I no get documents, can they pay me in advance? Then you can do this business without much capital investment, right? You can operate as a part-time business. That's how I started. I worked for 11 years plus. Okay, and I start proud to, when I left at like I said, I started this business 5 years ago. So obviously I started while doing my 9 to 5 business. Sorry, 9 to 5, while I had my 9 to 5 job. Okay, so you can do it. It doesn't matter if you're a student, you can work around your time schedule. You can do this business as a part-time business. Okay, you can run this business from any part of Nigeria and outside Nigeria. Location is not a barrier. So I have students who are in US, I have students who are in Canada, I have students who set up African shops and stores in UK, in US, in Canada, in Bahrain, in Egypt. They've set up their own shop and stores, and they now import into those countries from Nigeria, right? So you can actually do this business seamlessly even if you are outside Nigeria. You just need to understand um where to source, how to get the farmers contact of farmers. I share all this in my paid program. Okay, so you can actually do this business anywhere you are, within or outside Nigeria. Location isn't a barrier. We'll delve more deeply into this aspect as we progress. Okay, categories of exportable products. We have the agricultural products. When I say agricultural products, I'm talking about the food products like the beans, the abacha, the palm oil, the catfish, the sesame seed, the ginger, the Arabic gum. you know you can export any form of agro product. Then the processed product, when I say processed product that have been processed into finished product for consumption, like beans flour, elubo, plantain flour, and fufu flour. Okay, dehydrated vegetables, we do that a whole lot, especially to US and UK. Okay, products that has been processed from its original form to um, an entirely different form. Then we have manufactured products. These are popular brands that you can export: Indomie, okay, spaghetti, Maggi, no, different types of Maggi, all forms of popular branded spice, Honeywell noodles, to mention but a few. You can export Fanta, you can export Coke, can export Checkers custard, Aboniki Bam, Ola Ola, Ayola. and a whole lot. There's no limit to what you can export. The popular brands of this world, even sugar and salt from Dangote, you can export them. It doesn't matter that you are not the main producer. You can export manufactured products. Okay, Malta Guinness is exportable. Our drinks, even the people export alcoholic drinks from Nigeria, popular brands, okay, you can export them. Then handicraft, if you are into bead, ankara bags, ankara beads, sorry, ankara bags, ankara shoe, beads, headgears, okay, you can export. Trust me, as a logistic company, we export this every single week. Fashion items are big deal, especially in UK. I have customers that ship through our company, and the minimum that customer has ever shipped from us is like 120 kg minimum. She does way more than that every single week. Okay, you can even work with fashion houses that you can be supplying them, because I mean labor is expensive over there. They can work with you and you'll be producing fashion designs and be selling to them. Okay, whether men's wear, women's attire, our designs are hot cake abroad. You can sell wigs. Okay, the wigs, you can do them and sell. We export wigs a lot, we export hairs a lot. You will say China is there, they have it in their country. Why are they buying from us in Nigeria? If you ask me, my brother, now who I go ask? Snacks too is also a big deal, like plantain chips, groundnut, chin chin, kuli kuli, snacks. So, and all these are our indigenous snacks like sisi, belebe, donkwa, um coconut candy, they buy it a whole lot. Then solid minerals, gemstones too are hot cake, like the lithium, the tin, iron ore, they are hot cake. So there are a whole lot that I'm not even capturing here that you can export. Look around you. What do you see? There's always someone, a country that has high and mad demand for it. They are looking for it and they don't know how to find you. But you need to position yourself so that they can see you and rush you. And that's why we tell you that you don't need to have or know anybody there to export, because we are doing it. Nothing is stopping you. You see this year, you go export. I am, as in, I'm rooting for your success. I can't wait to see you come back and tell me that you are exporting, honestly. Okay, so there are various ways you can earn from exportation. You can become an export broker. Okay, the person that connects buyers to sellers. Like I said earlier, there are lots of people who want to buy this product, they don't know how to get people that are selling it. So you, that you're a Nigerian, you can connect buyer and seller. I teach in my program how to become an export broker and make commission in dollar. Okay, so imagine you are getting a contract worth of 100 million, right? Imagine you are charging 10% for, as a broker, you're making money. Okay, you can become an export broker and earn commission from both seller and buyer. Okay, you can earn as a distributor, okay, or having distributors. We'll talk more about that in our program. Then you can earn by distributing your products. Okay, so in our program, I'll teach you how to work with distributors in different countries. Like my students are doing, they work with distributors in different countries who order for certain minimum. Their minimum can be anywhere of between 1,000 units of their products and above, or 500 units of their products in each state in different countries. So I'll be teaching you how you can work with distributors who distribute your products and who pay you upfront in bulk, in large volumes, okay, in different countries. And then I also teach you how you can secure agents. You can have agents that work for you, that bring big deals for you. That agent that you can instruct them that I want order. I want to sell 2 container load of cocoa. I need buyers of this product, and this agent gets your desired buyers, and of course you pay them commission. They are working for the commission. Their own is to secure any type of deal. You discuss your customer avatar, the kind of customer you want, the type of payment, the mode of payments you want, and instruct them to bring you that kind of buyers. And this agent will go out and get those kind of market for you. So if your specification is they'll pay you here in Nigeria before you move, or whatever, they would secure it for you because of course you are going to be they are going to be earning commission from you. So you can work with agents to, especially for those of us who are doing large scale exports. Agents are your go-to. So I teach in my program how you can work with these people to secure large order for your solid minerals, gemstones, raw commodities, to mention but a few. Okay. Another way you can earn from exportation is personal shopping. You can shop for people abroad, okay, and they pay you. See, a lot of Nigerians, Africans are super, super busy, right? They don't even have time for themselves. So you can be that person that will source for them. So I have students, even myself, that we have platforms that we shop for people in bulk. We can have up to 100 people living in Edmonton, and we are sourcing for them in bulk and shipping to them in bulk. So we buy, they will send us a list of what they want. Of course, we'll buy, we are marking up, we add our own profits, and we ship. So we do bulk shipping to people in different states and location every single week. So Edmonton may be expecting their group personal shopping for group personal shopping maybe this week. The next week maybe Atlanta in US will do group personal shopping for maybe 50 or 30 people. Upper week, this personal shopping is suitable for people who don't have documents, people who have never exported before. Even if you don't know anybody, we teach you how to, you can be shopping for Nigerians abroad, you can be shopping for shops and stores abroad. Not only that, you can shop for these stores, you can help them brand in their own label and ship for them. You can even be shopping and shipping in container, and they'll pay you in advance. They'll pay for their shipping. Okay, they pay for their goods, they pay for their shipping. So you can be a personal shopper, and personal shoppers don't need documents to export. Personal shoppers are paid in advance. If that is you, you're a housewife, you say you are a housewife, you can start by doing personal shopping. Okay, even if you are working, your weekends can be well utilized for personal shopping, and you make your money, right? I teach you how to navigate logistics and all of that. And besides, Chimat is a logistic brand. We can help you ship these items to your customer anywhere in the world, up to their house, their doorstep. Okay. So you can also export to African, Asian stores, okay, and e-commerce platforms. You can sell to African stores abroad, African restaurants abroad, Asian restaurants abroad, all these South American restaurants. They share the same recipe. They buy our iru, our egusi a lot. Even Indian restaurants too, they sell most of our indigenous product. You'll be shocked that some of these products you will not find in African shop. If you go to Asian stores, you go see am there. Okay, so you can earn by exporting to African, Asian store and major e-commerce platform. There are lots and loads of e-commerce platform. You can list your products like Amazon, Walmart. There are lots of them. eBay. You can sell your product, whether fashion, cosmetics, skincare, food stuff. You can sell to those e-commerce platform. You can also sell to factories, processing companies abroad in large scale. So for those of us who are doing gemstones, solid minerals, or you have products but you are not interested to be doing all to do all this personal shopping or supplying individuals or African store, you just want to supply to all these big processing companies, you supply them cashew nut, they process into cashew kernels, finished products, package to sell, you can supply them. Okay, so there are lots of companies that need your bitter cola to process into medicines. Okay, there are lots of cosmetic shops that need your snail slimes or shell to use for their cosmetic purposes. There are lots of them looking for your coconut oil, okay, to process into finished products for their cosmetics or whatever. So you can be that go-to person. Okay, I have a student that her customer came all the way from Canada to Abuja to order, pay and carry these products. After that first one, now she's being paid monthly in advance, right? To be sending to customer, because the customer came for the first time to build trust. So and that customer, they have a factory that processes food products there. Okay. So they needed that particular ingredient in large quantity. So you can be supplying to factories, to food processing companies abroad. Okay, not just food processing. There are so many companies you can um, s- um supply in bulk and they process into whatever finished product. You can sell to pharmaceutical companies. Products like I mentioned, like bitter cola, you can supply to countries abroad. There are a lot of them that need our raw commodities. Bitter kola is hot cake, kola nut nko hot cake, because a lot of pharmaceuticals need it for whatever to produce their products, their drugs and medicines. Okay, you can also become a clearing and forwarding agent. Like I said, I've had students who joined to export, but when I start breaking down other businesses that you can do related to export, but you're not exporting, a lot of them left exports and started doing the other business and started rendering services to exporters. So that's one of the beauty of this training. So even if you're not exporting, you can also do other businesses with zero capital related to exports. So the next thing is how to start exporting. Now, I've always said it since the beginning of this training, you need access to phone and internet. And for the fact that you're on this webinar, trust me, you can export. The fact that you can even access this webinar today, it means you can export. So the second thing is, one of the ways for newbies, there are many ways to get buyers, like coming for you, not you going for them. But for newbies who are just starting out, okay, one of the ways they can get buyers, or one of the ways you can get buyers, is you can go online and search for buyers of your products. Google, they say, is your friend, right? So you can search for buyers of your product. So if, for instance, you want to sell palm oil and you know it's African stores that buy palm oil, and maybe your target market is US, what you are going to type is contact of African store in US. In fact, not just US, because US is most likely going to take you to B2B platform. What you're going to type is contact. You narrow down your search to locations inside the US. Okay, so you can say contact of African store in Atlanta. Remember, emphasis on contact of African store in Michigan, contact of African store in Long Island, New York. Okay, you can even narrow it down to location in a state, in a country. Okay, and then Google will pop out those contacts. Then you can send them proposal. Okay, you send them proposal, send them quotation. Usually when you send them proposal, most of them will may likely respond and tell you to send your quotation, and then you send your quotation. If the price is agreed upon, both parties can sign contracts, and then you can start exporting. Of course, the contract should state the payment terms, the payment method, if it's advance payments, and all of that. Okay, and then the contract is signed and you can now ship to your customers destination. You can also join import and export groups on Facebook and advertise for buyers. So we have import export India, import exports, different countries had import export groups. You can join there, you create your flyers, you go there, you advertise, you drop your contacts, and they will reach out to you. Because I mean, you want to sell abroad, so you need to reach out to those who are abroad. There are lots of companies and factories, owners that stay in that import export group because they are looking for people who had large volume of certain product that they need. Okay, so you can join as much import export groups on Facebook and advertise there and drop your contact so that they can easily reach out to you. You can also um you can also run adverts to get buyers for your product. So you run adverts and target the countries that you're looking for, and then they will reach out to you. Okay, customers will reach out to you, and you guys can conclude. And then once you make arrangements, you conclude on price, you can also ship to your buyer. Okay. Then another thing is, you can also go on YouTube to watch video on how to get started. Okay, so when you go on YouTube, you type how do I start exporting, you will see tons and tons of video showing you different ways of how you can get started with exportation, how to start by packaging or processing, getting buyer, shipping, the documents needed, and all of that. Okay. You can also start by yourself without any support, just by leveraging on materials online. You can go to Google, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Quora, type these things, and a lot of materials will pop up for you to learn the process and get started. And you can also decide to get a mentor who is seasoned in the business and actually export, and even have community of exporters, right? You can learn from somebody who is not just talking, someone that exports for a living, that the business is full-time export, right? And the person has years of experience, has known the do's, the don'ts, made mistakes, made profit in the business, and you can learn and even have access to the person's community and partner and collaborate with other exporters and do deals. And when you are stuck, you have um, access to finance and all of that. Which one will you prefer? Tell me the truth. Will you rather sort this whole thing out yourself by going online, and when you are stuck, you don't have anybody to hold you by the hand, you don't have anybody to call except just by doing research? Or do you really want someone who is doing the business, who has a few connections here and there, and has a community of exporters with proven track record where you can collaborate, do deals together, have access to funds, like I said earlier on? I know you prefer the latter. You want access to not just anyhow training. You have access to you want access to mentorship. You want to actually export, then belong to a community where people are exporting, where you can, I mean, if someone secures a deal of maybe 1,000 tons and the person cannot, you can team up and collaborate and do these deals. Okay, and you are in that community just for export purposes and collaboration for international trade. Okay, now I want to officially introduce you to my community, okay, of past students. I've trained a lot of students with proven track record and enough testimonials. Testimonials, yakpa, right? When I say yakpa, e much, e choke. Okay, people that are actually exporting. We currently have a community of past students with over 400 members who currently export and sell to different markets individually and as a group to African store. Some of them are just doing personal shopping, doing their personal exports every other week, sending to customers abroad or supplying to different customers in different state groups in abroad. Okay, and they're just doing their thing, and every month some of them ship via air or sea, leveraging on what they've learned from our paid program. Guess what? You can also become part of this community of exporter. The name of our community is called Chimat Exporters, right? And the testimonials, like I said, is a whole lot. So let me show you a few testimonials on my screen. Someone was asking in one of our WhatsApp group that those of you who have registered, okay, can you show us proof? Can you, we've been hearing export, we join different training. Can you share with us if this thing is legit? And someone responded that I enjoyed more than what I paid for. Ngozi Joy Kamalu is the best mentor I've met. Oga, pay if you want to, and all of that. But that's not even why we are here. Okay, so see one of my mentees who said, in the same export community, oh, my UK bound 100% organic pap and spices to the glory of God. Vovan Food and Spice Limited, your number 100%. As in, she got her order just by attending our program. Then we have someone who has never, who doesn't have anybody. Like I said, you don't even need to have anybody to do this business. Okay, he joined our training and he started exporting. This was his first export. You can see on the screen. Okay, Uncle Prince, as we call him on in our community. Okay, then we have a pastor who also joined. You know how busy pastors can be, and gradually he started from small scale exports. Today he's doing in containers. He now exports in containers, and he now gets orders that he cannot meet up to different countries, and he has to come and start announcing on the platform so that those who are interested can team up with him with orders he cannot meet up. So imagine having orders to 2 3 countries that you cannot meet up with, that you even need to partner with group members for some of those contracts, container loads. So what am I trying to say? I'm saying that distance, location is not a barrier. You can do this business. And trust me, it mustn't be food. It can be hair, it can be cosmetics, it can be solid minerals, it can be gemstones, it can be fashion items. There's nothing that you cannot export, right? Okay, so about Chimat community, what is our community about? What do we do in our community? We share vital information regarding export deal, grant opportunity, and acceleration program. Trust me, my business has been able to grow through the help of grants, through the help of acceleration programs, and of course loans opportunity when I have large scales exports that I cannot meet up with. So you can have access to this community and get exposed to grants, as in testimonials for grant choke. I have students who have benefited from our grants, not from our grant, from grant programs that we shared, because we are affiliated to some financial institutions and all of that. Like I said earlier, you get to share ideas with other community and team up when necessary. So our platform is not, we don't just teach you about exports and leave you. You have a community that you can be there for 5, 10 years, as long as possible, and you just be getting information on exports, on um everybody in the community is busy with their export deals. Come on, everybody is busy, so you yourself, you be busy and motivated. You are not left alone. You need any help regarding exportation, you ask your question sharp sharp. You are getting response either from our team or your fellow mentees on the platform that have done it before. They will just give you information sharp sharp. We don't hold information regarding international trade or export deals on the platform, no. You get the opportunity to attend important conferences, trade show and exhibition that will accelerate your export business. So this trade show sometimes is abroad. We get to travel to exhibit our products abroad. We get people coming in to come and patronize our brand, and you know now. So you have opportunity to travel for these shows, exhibition, and even acceleration programs, right? That's one of the benefit of being in our platform, in our community. Okay. Um, who are the people that can join the Chimat community of exporters? If you're a student, you can do this business part time. If you're a stay at home mom or you don't have a job yet, you can make this your full time business. If you are retired or about to retire and you're looking for businesses you can do you know you don't even need to go into production? You can just be doing indomie jejejejeje and be exporting. Okay, for elderly people, I recommend they don't even go into any form of processing. There's King's palm oil, there's Okomu palm oil, they can export it. There are lots of spices from popular brands. All these semolina, semovita, ayola brand, ola brand, you can export them. Okay, Malta Guinness is hot cake. Yes, they are abroad, but the taste of Malta Guinness there and the Nigerian taste is not the same. They have plenty noodles there, but our own Nigerian noodles, the taste is in the difference, as they say. So they still crave for our indigenous Nigerian products, including Coca-Cola. Yes, so retirees don't need to go into production. You can just focus on popular brands that you don't need to do anything. And the beautiful thing is that when I export these popular brands, they bring it to the ports or wherever our container is. We don't need to go there and start arranging truck. As far as we are buying in bulk, they bring it to supply the truck, and then they bring it to where our container is anywhere. Okay, so you don't need to go into production. You can focus on popular brands. You can drop ship from popular people that are already doing well and repackage, okay, and sell. There's market for everybody. Okay, if you're a businessman or woman looking for extra source of income, you can actually do this business. People looking for to increase their source of income. Who doesn't want to increase their source of income? One stream of income is never enough. So you can do export part-time. You can do it part-time. I did it part-time for over 2 years before I left the full-time what's it called, my 9 to 5 job. So you can do it part-time as well. What you need to join. You need to be patient and ready to learn. Hmm. You need to learn. No, it's not a get rich quick scheme to join our community. No, it's business. It's buying and selling. The only difference is that you are sending to people abroad and making foreign currency. The sweetness about the type of exports we do is that we actually earn in foreign currency, unlike those who sell and collect in naira. Me, I mean, the moment you are doing this business and you are not earning in foreign currency, you are not exporting. So it's not a get rich quick. You need to learn the ropes, you need to learn the secrets, you need to learn mistakes you should avoid. People like us, we made a lot of mistakes, okay? So that you will not fail like we did when we started doing trial and error, so that your learning curve will be shorter and you get your destination faster. It is purely business, okay? And then you need to be ready to implement everything you are taught in the training. When I say you export, I'm beating my chest. You will export if you implement every single thing that I'm going to be teaching in my program. You go export. Let me put it in pidgin. That one is certain. Okay. So, for those of us who may be interested in joining the Chimat exporters community, and you want to learn about export, you want to have access to our community and all the benefits that comes with our community, including access to funding when you secure export contracts. Now, we have a training, and in this export mentorship program, you gain clarity that launches you fully into export business. One of the things you are going to be learning is how to package and brand your product. I'm sure you may have seen Chima's packaged product, branded products that we ship. So we teach you how we process and how we package our products, export standard. Okay. We teach you how to export on a budget. You don't need to break the bank to export. Okay. For small scale exporters, you are paid in advance. Then for large scale export, it depends your on the first contract. And when you secure this contract that you cannot do, there are financial institutions that can actually fund you, and that Chimat works with, okay, only if you can secure or if you secure this large scale contract. Now, we also teach you how to export without having any document, certificate, or licenses, informal export. 90% of people who are in my community or in the Chimat community don't have documents, don't have certificate, don't have licenses. And guess what? They're exporting. And what does that tell you? You can export without documents. And I'll be showing you how, withholding nothing. Okay, I'm going to be teaching you tested and proven ways to get buyers that pays you in foreign currency even before the goods leave the country's port of loading. So for those of us who want to do large scale exports, okay, I'll be teaching you and showing you strategies, not just any strategies. I'll be even showing you my own contract, my own quotation contract that I sealed, and the payment terms and whatever, and all what we agreed in the platform, okay, so that you know how you can receive your money in the port before your goods leaves destination, for the buyer's destination, okay. Four secured ways of receiving payment from buyers, right? Secured ways of receiving payment. So you don't have to worry that what will happen. I mean, if you are paid in advance, you don't have to be scared. Even if they are going to pay you when your good is at the port, I will teach you several secured ways that your money is 100% secured. You don't need to be worried of how to receive your payments. And I'll teach you about the hot selling